Good day, gentlemen. So our demonstration now for combination of week 5 and 6 is the operation of Universal Automatic Identification System Minimum Keyboard Display Imitator. So this is a universal AIS transponder intended for displaying and receiving data from the target from other vessels at sea, and it can also exchange text messaging, parang cellphone. Pwede siyang mag-text sa barko na pipiliin mo, and the AIS availability is Class A and Class B, o yung tinatawag natin na inland AIS saka sea AIS. So ano ba yung inland AIS? So ito yung ginagamit ng AIS ng mga inter-island Class B, at yung sea AIS naman ay ginagamit yung Class A ng mga ocean sea going vessel. So ang purpose nga ng AIS ay magpalitan ng data ang mga barko, at lalong-lalo na yung location. At ang ginagamit ng AIS siyempre ay ang GPS location o yung DGPS na 5 meters accuracy. So hindi na masama yun, no? 5 meters accuracy. Yung kanyang error ay hanggang 5 meters. So ang pinaka pagkakaiba lang ng dalawa, yung inland na ginagamit ng inter-island vessel na AIS na required more than 300 gross tonnage, required na siya mag-AIS, yung distansya lang. Dahil sa kanyang wattage power, gumagamit ng 7.5 kilowatts. At ang distansya ay maabot lamang ng 8 to 10 miles sa inter-island. Pagka CAIS naman ay it is more than that, kasi 12.5 kilowatts yung power niya. So maabot siya ng 20 miles or more. Yan ay yung tumatawid ng dagat. Hindi siya inter-island, ocean sea, ocean going vessel na tinatawag po natin. Okay. So how do we operate? Operation. Okay, we are using our simulator, Transas simulator. So we have to go to nav age. Okay, sa nav age, ulitin natin up tayo. So this is the main information, and dito sa baba, dito natin pipiliin yung sistema kung saan tayo pupunta na gagamitin natin dito sa ating simulator, Transas simulator, bridge simulator. So punta tayo sa, again, for the nav age, and then meron dito sa nav age, pagpipilian ay GPS at yung universal AIS minimum keyboard display natin. So i-activate, and then makikita natin kung ano na yung ating equipment. So makita nyo, gentlemen, ay patay siya, no? Naka-off. So basically, how do we turn on an AIS? Okay, so to turn on an AIS, okay, this is model T102 VDU. Ayan. Yan ang kanyang model. MKD, minimum keyboard display. Ibig sabihin, minimum keyboard ay touchscreen na siya. So paano i-operate? As if meron tayong daliri. Ayan. Pag tumapat yan sa isang function, nagiging daliri sa yung mouse natin, as if yan yung ating kamay na pipindot. So touchscreen siya, wala siyang keyboard. Kaya minimum keyboard display. Okay, so itong AIS ang magta-transmit ng data, kalitan yan sa kabilang barko. So, ano ang advantage nito sa ARPA radar? So, ang AIS ay hindi siya apektado ng bad weather at hindi rin siya apektado ng mga blind sector o mga blind area. Okay? So, hindi siya kamukha ng radar. Pag naharangan, di na tinamaan, ayun. So, frequency kasi ang ginagamit ng ating AIS. Okay? Hindi siya yung concentrated na radar beam kagaya ng ARPA radar. Yan. So, yan ang advantage ng AIS over sa ating radar. Okay? So, let us again. Okay, ano bang advantage naman ng ng ARPA radar? Okay, ang AIS kasi para magamit mo, it should be on both side of the ship. So, dalawang barko dapat naka-on parehas. So, pag hindi naka-on yung isa, sa iyo lang yung naka-on, ay useless yan. Wala kang mapipick up na signal from the other vessel. So, ang advantage ng ARPA radar, hindi niya kailangan naka-on din yung ARPA radar. Wala siyang pakialam dun sa ARPA radar ng kabilang barko. So, basta nandyan siya, tinamaan ng signal yun. So, yun ang advantage naman ng ARPA radar. So, both equipment should be maintained on board. Ayan, just in case lang na hindi naka-on o nasira yung AIS noong kabilang barko, mapipick up pa rin natin siya through ARPA radar, which is not dependent on other equipment. Itong AIS, dependent siya sa other AIS. Kaya dapat, bago mag-sail, ay naka-on na ang ating AIS. So, paano mag-on ng ating AIS? Okay. So, according to our manual, we are guided by the manual to turn on the AIS is to hold down, press, and hold for 2 seconds. Wag lang isang pindot, kundi hold for 2 seconds. Okay, let us try. Nandiyan daliri na natin. Hold, 1, 2. Ayan, release. Naka-on na agad. Okay. So, we have here the AIS equipment. Okay. So, when the AIS has been activated, so we will notice that it will show the Transas logo and it will tell you that it is operating well. Now, if it shows something like no link with the main unit and it has no display like this one, so it means that the AIS is not connected to the system of the vessel and the sensor of the vessel like GPS, so it is not connected. So it will say, it will give a message no link with the main unit. And the next thing that we are going to do is just press OK. So it means that all systems are connected to the AIS and it is running well. So let us press by touching the screen as if we are pointing our hand. So we are going to press OK. Alright, then after pressing OK, the main screen will appear. Okay, so on the main screen, we have the show sensor, which is activated for the simulator. And it shows the ship dynamic position. Then we have the static and voyage data, which shows the ship's movement and current voyage related information. And we have the VHF region, which is not supported by the simulator, and also the DSC tuning and long range requests. So normally it is already preset, so just turn on the AIS connected to our system and it will just run fine. Okay, then we have the other station. We have here the other station, so it is information for other ship and target information for other ship. It is activated here. So we have radio exchange for sending messages activated. Alarm and pulse, it is also activated here in the simulator. Then show status is not supported by the simulator, so it shows the status of our AIS and also the display brightness for user prepared operation screen brightness. We are going to continue with the viewing of sensor data. Right, so it is just like touch screen. Then you see the up and down arrow, so we just move the arrow down for the screen on the screen to highlight the selected menu. Okay, up again, and then if we want to show the sensor or view the sensor data, we just select if it is already highlighted. Okay, so we have here the sensor information, right? We have the UTC, okay, the position of the vessel, latitude and longitude, and we have the speed and course over the ground, the heading, rate of turn. So, gentlemen, basically this sensor will also be displayed on the other ship for their information of our data. So, AIS is simply an exchange of information from ship to ship. So, it is a system that exchanges information. So, the unit, both unit must be turned on. Okay? So, let us go back to the main menu. Okay, and next we can see here the static and voyage data. So the static and voyage data, to select is highlight it for using the arrow up and down, and then touch screen left, sorry, not left click on the mouse, but actually we operate the mouse, but we use the mouse, but in actual operation we touch screen using our finger. Okay, select. Okay, touch that, gentlemen, static and voyage data. So static and voyage data is usually a fixed data of the vessel information regarding its voyage. So it is not changeable like the sensor, which is dynamic. So dynamic is changeable, this is static. So the call sign is usually fixed, the name of the vessel is usually fixed, and distance from the bow stern of our global navigation satellite system is there already, it's normally fixed. Okay, type of cargo, it is coded. Maximum static drop, this is the drop of the ship, which is 6.0, and person on board, so this is changeable actually, gentlemen. So we usually change maybe the drop, we normally change that, the type of cargo, so it is coded. Okay, I will not discuss the cargo, type of cargo coded, but how to change it. So you just select and up and down and change. Okay, let's say, let's change the person on board. Okay, so let's say change, we are how many? Okay, let's say we have a crew of 12. So just press 1, 2, it is 12. Backspace if you need to correct something, and delete if you want to delete something. Position and delete, position and delete. Okay, so again 12 crew. If it is all right, then we press OK. So that is how we change. That is by touch screen. Okay, as if our hand or thumb or hand is there, or our finger is there to touch the screen of the AIS. Okay, so that is how we change destination. Okay, you can change that. Let's say we are bound for Manila. Okay, Manila, LA. Okay, Manila, then okay. Alright, so that is how we change it. So we just change it from departure, before sailing, the ETA, expected ETA, and time, and ETA date. Okay, so if we are already in navigation, we can change the status to underway. If we are at anchor, we change it to anchor. If we are underway, we change it to underway. If we are moored, we change it to moored. So that is normally the setting. Unless there is an accident, you put it to a ground. Okay, so we hope it will not happen in our navigation. So we are underway now. Press OK. Display present is just activated. Yes, so leave it just yes for the display present. Then if we are finished, we can press return here to go to the main menu. So after the static and voyage data, we can select other function. So the VHF radio is not activated here. DSC tuning is not activated, so we can only view that, but we cannot change. Okay, so usually it is already set, so we do not really change that in actual use of our AIS. So long range request is not really needed. So AIS usefulness is actually in connection with our ECDs and with our ARPA radar. So we can see here other station. If we want to use AIS, so similar to the function of a cell phone, we can see other ship here. So similar is the sending of the message like the cell phone if we want to text. So this is like the contact of a cell phone that we can see which is available or which is in our contact. Alright, the only difference, of course, it is by range. Alright, so we have two targets here available, two vessels showing AIS data. So we can select that and send message. So before we send message, we can also change the view in the graphic view. So before we change to graphic view, okay, let's see the data here. So that is the call sign, MMSI number, and we have the position, and we have the type of the ship, which is class A. It is a C AIS. It is not an inland AIS or class B. We have total targets available too, and we have here the bearing distance of each target. So it's less than 5 miles. The other one is MB breeze is 5.67 miles, and that is including their bearing. So MB seagull and MB breeze. Okay, if we want to change to graphic and text on, and we can see this vessel here. Alright, we can zoom in. That is a 20-mile range. That is a 10 nautical mile range, and we have a 5 nautical mile range. Okay, we have a 2-mile range, so within 5 miles and within 10 miles. Alright, so in 5-mile range, only one vessel is available in our starboard bow, and if we increase to 10 miles, the other vessel will appear. So if you want this view, you can use that. So if not, you can always return to the normal view. And if you want to message the, let's say, MB Seagull. We can select here by using our hand, point finger, and touch the screen. Message to alpha. Okay, channel to transmit is automatic. So let's change, select text, change, and let us just say hello. Of course, this is not the typical maritime communication, but just to demonstrate how to enter the message, and then press OK and send, gentlemen. Okay, so the other vessel will receive that text messages. Right, so that is how you send text messages to other vessel. And we can return now to the main menu. So that is in the other station, gentlemen. Okay, radio exchange. Let's see if it is activated. Okay. Now radio exchange is having an option only to see the messages that were addressed to you. That is if you press yes. But if you want to see all the messages that being sent, you press no. Okay, so if you press no, your AIS will be congested with too many messages, even if it's not related to you. So I suggest you just press yes. That is addressed to you. Okay, so whichever you want, it is up to the navigator to select. Okay, so there are no messages, so return. Alright, then we have the alarm and pulse. Let's see the alarm and pulse, if it is activated. So we have the alarm status, the fallback, and non-alarm status. Right, so that is how we see the alert. So there is no list of alert, so we can return for the fallback status. Okay, fallback status, select, no alarm, return. And for the non-alarm status, select, and then no list of notification, and then so just return. So alarm status is critical, a failure in the system. Fallback, that is the fallback of our AIS, the backup of how it will automatically do something to correct the problem. That is the fallback. So for example, the GPS number 1 fail. So the fallback of AIS is to select and go to the secondary GPS and to use that for its information or for the system. Okay, so non-alarm status are only notification. So let's go back, return, and then we can show the status of our AIS. Okay, so usually we do not check the status. So if there are problems, it will just give an alarm. But if you want to check, let's say the memory, so it is not activated, gentlemen. So we just go back and return. That is the status of the system of the AIS. Okay, setup is usually for the technician that install the AIS. So we usually do not go to the setup. So are you sure to stop? Are you sure to stop working and switch to setup? Of course, no. And then we can change the brightness, display brightness, plus or minus for the brightness. So it is activated, and the contrast if you want to change. So just point the finger, touch screen, gentlemen, and press OK. Alright, that's it. That is how we operate. Okay, the AIS. So remember, the AIS function is mostly when it is activated, and its usefulness is when it is connected to the system of the vessel, like the ARPA radar, so we can see the AIS target there and information to confirm the acquired target from the ARPA radar. So this AIS also connected to our ECD, so we can also monitor the movement and the information also of the other targets or other vessel that is around us. So that's it. Then thank you very much, gentlemen, for listening.